Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Inventors Launchpad Network. I am Carmine Danisco, your host for a special edition of the Launchpad. We are at the hardware show in Las Vegas. There are some awesome products here, some awesome people, some great stuff, and so much going on. If you get a chance to come out to Vegas one day, you've got to check out the hardware show. I mean, I have been here for 2 days, and I think I've seen a quarter of not only the inventor area, but this place is huge. I can't believe how big it is. And it's really hard to see it all. You got to come here with a plan, right? But I saw an awesome product. I wanted to bring the developers, the inventors, the people on, the person on that really came up with the idea and talk about the ideation all the way through. They're actually manufacturing or in small batches right now, and they're looking probably for a licensing deal or maybe go to big retail. But let's find out. Her name is Christy, and we're going to talk a little about her product. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, no problem. This is awesome. You know, you are a perfect fit for not only the Launchpad podcast, but also for this show. I mean, I tried to catch up with you yesterday, and I couldn't even get near your booth. I mean, you always had people around it, right?
Yes. It was very busy and very promising and encouraging. So we're very grateful for that.
That's some awesome words, promising and encouraging. That was the first day.
Yes.
You know, what is I want to talk a little about your product, but what is some of the questions you're hearing when people walk up to you and we'll talk about the product and show it off?
Well, not everybody drinks coffee. And I do have
Really?
I do have a product that is specifically for coffee drinkers, but everybody knew someone who drank coffee, or at their office they had a machine. And so they were all still interested to hear about the Sidekick. So that was nice and encouraging. It applies to everybody, even if they don't drink coffee.
You know, what's funny it's funny that you mentioned that, because when you're developing your product and you are a product developer, you developed a product, do you really have to worry if everyone likes your product? I mean, even Apple can't sell their product to everyone, right? I mean, so it's kind of, like you said, it's kind of encouraging that you have a market already.
Yes, it's a bigger market than I realized until I got
coffee's
here.
huge.
Yeah.
It is huge.
Yeah.
Even mentioning the word coffee sparks people's minds. You know, the people that like coffee, and then you get coffee lovers.
Yeah.
You know, so even the coffee lovers is a huge market. So in the coffee industry, let's talk a little about your product. Let's see it.
Yes. So we call it the Sidekick, and we had gotten a Keurig for Christmas, and we were overrun with K-Cups. They were everywhere. And right off the bat, I can't stand that, you know, all this on my counters in the kitchen. So right off the bat, I pictured those change dispensers, those silver change dispensers that car hops at the A&W would wear on their belts. And I thought, why couldn't we make something like that for the side of this Keurig? So it's like a little chute that goes on the side. You take from the bottom and you add to the top.
Wow.
And each Sidekick holds 5.
It works.
So this is a Keurig Mini, a small one, and we have 2 on each side. So there's 20 K-Cups right at your fingertips.
Wow. So, you know, and that's what I found too, is that with the Keurig cups, everyone has their own flavor, and I could see them being all over the place.
Yes.
I really can. And some people like me they're like kind of neat freaks. And
right.
What I found with some of the products that are out there to organize the K-Cups, they're kind of ugly.
Right.
I didn't like them. I don't have one because I can't find one that I like.
Yeah.
Is that something that reason that you kind of came up with the idea?
Right. Well, we didn't really have the counter space to do what's currently
on
the market. There's basically 2 things, a carousel and then the drawer that goes underneath.
Yeah.
Well, neither one of those worked in our kitchen. So luckily we have a 3D printer at home. So like the next day we started, you know, coming up with some ideas, and we printed one up. And the first one was horrible because the K-Cups kept falling out and they kept getting hung up. It took 47 tries, and we finally got one.
Wow.
That just, every time it works dependable. They don't get hung up. It's fun to play with.
Yeah.
So
it's funny you say that, 47 tries. You know, people get discouraged. You know, they go to their garage and they make something that doesn't work, and 47 tries. And having a 3D printer obviously helps.
Yes.
But, I mean, even if you didn't, you could still do a drawing and go to somebody and find somebody that works.
Yes.
What were some of the issues you ran into after you made the product and you found one that worked? What was kind of the next thing where you kind of stuck during that sequence? What should I do now? Or what should we do?
Well, and that's my one regret, is that we didn't go all in sooner, because we knew it was fun. The feedback we were getting from family and friends, now that's family and friends, but everybody thought it was cool. Everybody was saying they wanted one, but we did kind of like, well, we're not sure if it would have mainstream appeal. And we kind of slowed down a little bit. And I wish now we would have just kicked it off sooner. But the hardware show has been the perfect launch pad for us to
Wow.
unveil it and get additional feedback. So,
Yeah. Well, you guys are, even though it might not seem like it, you guys are ahead of a lot of people. What's the time frame? When did you start this?
So we got the Keurig for Christmas. So
no, come on.
So December, and I bet it was the next day. It was within a day or two that we had the first one, right? It was quick.
Wow.
And yeah, I saw that problem right off the bat with the cups being everywhere.
Yeah, when you say you went all in, it's only May. I mean, the average that come to the launch pad for a product is like 4 or 5 years people have been sitting on their idea. So yeah, I mean, congratulations. That is awesome. That is so cool.
You.
Now, where are you now? Are you ready to make it? You're looking for licensing or any of the above?
We were open to all possibilities when we first got here, but this is my full-time job. I want to learn the business from the ground up. I want to learn about manufacturing and packaging, and so we would prefer to do it all on our own, but we would talk to people about licensing just to learn the ins and outs of that too.
Sure. It doesn't hurt to be open-minded with it. You never know what's going to happen. I mean, no doubt about it. That's great. And the good part is that if you go with the licensing deal, you can try different versions. It doesn't have to be exclusivity. You could do a hybrid licensing deal. There's a lot of different. The good part is that you have the choice. You're kind of in the driver's seat because you don't have $100,000 into this thing. Yeah. You're not desperate to get a deal. You need to get it done. Like you said, you're doing it smartly. Even though you think that it's taking a long time, I mean, you've done it the right way, and you can make that decision. And even if it doesn't work out, you're not going to jump off a bridge because you can go back to saying, well, let's try manufacturing. Let's go licensing route or both. Yeah. Because, if a licensor wants exclusivity, it's going to cost them a little bit more to give you exclusivity. So, the great part about it is you have the ability to do that because, you have the time frame is on your side. I mean, it's really cool. That's why I wanted to bring you on because, you're in such a great spot. And Hardware Show, I was hoping was going to work out for you.
Yes. Well, and I appreciate what you told me yesterday about never be scared to say no to a deal. If it's not going to work with our vision, don't just be hanging on every offer that comes your way. Just no. There's going to be something else that comes along that's going to work.
Yeah, and it takes a lot of guts to do that. I mean, even I sometimes go, oh my God, what am I doing? Am I crazy? But it has to fit.
Yeah.
And it has to be good for you. You're exactly right. And I don't mind if buyers are listening or people listen. Retailers, product, distribution centers, they need products. Even though they make it look like they're holding all the cards, they need products. Yeah. And if we are supplying new and innovative ideas, there's nothing wrong with that. So it's kind of we're on the same playing field. It just feels like we're not. Yeah. Because they're holding all the deals and they're holding the contracts, but they definitely need good products. So when you have a good product, you know about it, and just from the booth and people reaction to your product, I think that it's going to be fun, and you're going to have the choice, I think, and which you'll be in a good spot. You'll have that choice.
Yes.
So I appreciate you coming on today, and we're going to be looking for your product in stores. Oh, before I say that, what's kind of the perfect store you would want to see this in?
Specifically, I picture it in Bed Bath & Beyond.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Right in the middle there, where I'm squeezing to get by, all that stuff, and I go, what the heck is this?
Right. But any place that sells K-Cups would be a good fit.
And they're everywhere. Yeah. They're everywhere. I mean, you're in a good position because K-Cups are huge. Mm-hmm. Coffee, I mean, unbelievable, worldwide. Yeah. So you only need, like everybody says, that it's for everyone. It doesn't have to be. And it's such a great and refreshing thing when you have a product that is specific, but it's a huge market.
Yes.
And so yeah, family and friends love it, which is good, but everyone loves coffee and everybody loves organization. I love organization stuff. Yeah. It really works good. So Christy, thanks for coming on the show, and we will catch you next time on Inventors Launchpad Network. All you guys take care.